Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is August 19th, and right now we are looking at a three-dimensional look of Hurricane Hilary as it makes its trek up the Baja Peninsula towards Southern California. Most likely will make impact as a tropical storm. It is still a hurricane right now, but you can see it's going through a weakening stage here as it starts to move over the cooler waters here as it treks up the peninsula here. It's losing some of its deep convection here across some of the western portion of the eye wall, but the circulation will remain strong and it's got huge amounts of moisture. Some of the subtropical moisture is already impacting areas of the southwest as we speak. We're going to go ahead and dive into things here. As you see, again, we're looking at infrared satellite imagery here, and look at all the lightning strikes ongoing right now across some of the southeast California, Arizona. This will be going on across the day today, and increasing moisture will be spreading across the region here, and this is going to go all the way on in through Monday as the system slides up and moves between a big ridge and an upper level low off the coast here like gears in a machine. It's going to force it across California into Nevada with some record rainfall here. Catastrophic flooding is possible with this event. If you want a nice affordable home weather station, click on the link down below to save 10%. Now back to Hilary here. You can see this is National Weather Service Las Vegas here, Sunday into Monday. The biggest impacts here, and 1 to 2 inches of rain expected for Las Vegas. Higher amounts across some of the areas here, and locally much higher amounts in some areas as well. And some moisture will linger after that, but the biggest threat here comes Sunday into Monday with pretty good action going on today as well, with some thunderstorms across the area. We've already had some flooding yesterday as well. Now, this day in Southern Cal weather history, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because we're about to make our own history with the system moving up over the region, but you can see the remnants of tropical systems often cause some pretty extreme weather here across Southern California. But this is probably among the most intense events here that will probably ever strike Southern California in recorded history. So it's going to be extremely interesting to watch this as we go on the next couple of days. Here's the NAM 3KM. In fact, let's update this and let's get the most recent information here. The 12Z run, you can see Hurricane Hilary down here. And as we go through this morning, you can clearly see this thunderstorm, this activity moving up across the region here. So you're going to get multiple rounds of precipitation here. And you can see the hurricane coming up Baja here, probably still a hurricane right there, then downgrading to a tropical storm as it makes its way over Southern California. You can see just this intense precipitation that will be moving over the area. This would be about Monday morning, 3 a.m. here as the system really gets going across Las Vegas, up through Nevada, into Oregon, Idaho by that time frame. This is looking at significant tornado parameters. Actually, across some of southeast California, even up towards Vegas here, there is a tornado potential here as we go through. As you can see, some of the parameters are coming together, especially as you go on in through the day Sundays. Anybody want to catch a land spout or a weak tornado out there? Who knows? Get your cameras ready, I guess, if you are out and about in the area, and hopefully you know what you're doing if you are out there. This is total precipitation, high resolution HER. This is the Los Angeles Metro. San Diego would be here, of course, and we're going to put this into motion and just kind of let it scroll through, because look at some of these ridiculous amounts showing up, especially across the higher terrain. Some of the Los Angeles Metro even here as well. But look at this. You're talking about potentially more than a foot of rainfall falling in some of these areas here. Some of the desert areas could be getting a year or two worth of rainfall in just a day or two here across the area. And you can see the sharp gradient here of precipitation as you go further west outside of the Los Angeles Metro, and also further east. As you go across Arizona, the precipitation amounts are going to tail off quite quickly here as this system plows right across Southern California through Nevada. Now, this is looking at 80-meter wind speed here. Check this out. This is hot off the presses, the HER. Watch the system roll up the coastline here. You can see the winds coming out of the east here in advance of the tropical storm. And look at this, somewhat of a degraded eye. It just looks like it's going to pass right near San Diego. So look at these strong north winds here right off the coastline. Some interesting winds coming through the terrain features here. And then you can see this big wind shift come across San Diego and move up the coastline there. So it's going to be a pretty wicked day as you go through Sunday afternoon and through Sunday evening. And look at across the desert areas. There's going to be some big winds, especially across the higher terrain here as well. So that's just going to exacerbate the main impact from the storm, which will be the flooding. This is looking at the NAM 3KM high resolution model as well. You'll notice something similar here as the system approaches. Look at some of these strong east winds interacting with the terrain here. Kind of a degraded eye feature here as well, just passing to the west of San Diego. Big wind shift here also. And then, of course, across the higher terrain, some of the desert areas, big winds, erratic, big waves out there, currents, possible small storm surge here. But, the coastal areas are just not made for it here, so it doesn't have to be that big to cause some issues. Could be some coastal erosion there as well. Now this is looking at mean sea level pressure. Again, a high resolution model here. Let's go ahead and scroll through here and you'll clearly see Tropical Storm Hilary here. Looks like it's passing directly over San Diego here as it's degrading here and weakening as it moves over the area, but still tons of moisture to work with this system as it moves across the area. This is for today, Saturday morning through Sunday morning. Moderate, slight, all the way through Nevada here. Marginal up through portions of Nevada as well. But look, as we go for tomorrow, they've extended this high risk all the way across portions of south central California here, all the way towards the Nevada border. And we'll go into some of that detail here at the end of the video. Moderate extended all the way through central Nevada, introducing some slight all the way up into Idaho as well, as this system moves between the huge ridge and the upper level low here, just really concentrating the moisture across California, Nevada, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana coming up here. And you can see day 3, that slight risk introduced even all the way towards southeast Washington as well, across Idaho into Montana also. And here would be day 4 as that system continues to push its moisture northward. Here's day 1 thunderstorm outlook. You can see it encompasses much of California here with that potential into Oregon. And day 2, check this out. There's a marginal risk for some severe storms down here. And look at this tornado threat, even picked up by the National Weather Service down here. It does include Las Vegas out there as well. So kind of interesting stuff here as things warm up during the day on Sunday. And this would be day 3 here as the system continues its trek northward. Here we go. The total precipitation values here you can see up over a foot is not out of the question for some of the areas. The terrain off to Las Vegas, to the Death Valley here. Some of these areas, roads are going to be washed out. Things are going to be impassable. You have to be prepared to be isolated for days potentially with this event coming up here. Now, this is always important to know, hurricane preparedness here, and this is just a good thing to know on general, wherever you live, and wherever you're watching from. Find out if you live in an evacuation zone, are you in a flood-prone area, identify your home structural risks, etc. This is what happened yesterday. It looks like lightning hit the Doppler radar there for National Weather Service Las Vegas. And yeah, so hopefully they can get this fixed, because this isn't going to help anything with all that big rainfall coming your guys' way. This is looking at the model guidance here, kind of academic at this point. European and the GFS have been in some agreement here for the last couple of days. Now here's the GFS. Continues to show some kind of a system at times streaking across Canada as well. Should be just kind of remnant moisture at that point. And this is looking at the big ridge here in the upper level low here, kind of like gears in a machine, focusing this moisture across California into Nevada here. You can see Hilary there as it gets funneled and kind of passed along to the trough, the Pacific Northwest. That moisture makes this all the way up into Canada here. Just this monster heat dome building across the central portion of the USA also. And here's looking at 500 millibars here. You're looking at cyclonic relative vorticity here as this system moves up and across the area. You can see it go through the upper level low that's been persistent off the coast of California, handed off to the Pacific Northwest one, and funneled up into Canada. And now look at some of these. I mean, these atmospheric river values are just kind of comical here. You're talking about extreme values here. Just you might not ever see something like this as long as you live across Southern California into Nevada. This is just kind of ridiculous. Exceptional moisture transport coming across the region, and this is going to probably result in some catastrophic flooding. I've been showing this one here too as well. You can see the integrated vapor transport here on the GFS as it moves across the region here, again between the big ridge and the upper level low and the trough across the Pacific Northwest. This is that sea surface temperature, and this is one main reason why Hilary is going to be undergoing that weakening phase here. Of course, you can see the much warmer water, and just like a dust devil coming off a hot, dusty field over grass, it's going to be weakening, but the circulation still packs a punch as it moves over that cooler water and the land, and plus the moisture surge. Nothing is stopping it now. Confidence is high. This event is underway, and it's coming. And this is looking at this. I've been showing this the last few days here. I'm getting a lot of nice comments here. And you can see this would be a hurricane over, warm water here, nice and powerful. And then the grass there would be land or cooler water. So watch what happens as it goes over there. Does the circulation just up and stop? No, that circulation continues on over land or over cooler water here. And the dust would represent the moisture, huge amounts of it deposited over the interior sections and the coastal regions of California and Nevada and portions of Arizona, up through Oregon, Idaho, and Montana as well. So hope that analogy helps you. This is portions of the high desert out there at Campo, Mexico, California border. Look at the Ensemble. I mean, it's just been crawling up every single day now with some big winds. Going to be a problem out there across some of the high deserts as well. This is Big Bear Airport. You can see some of the disagreement between some of the Ensemble members here. Some big gusts showing up, but also probably, upper 40s, around 50 miles per hour can cause some issues as well. San Diego, some of these Ensembles showing pretty good. Look at the control run, 55 miles per hour showed up here on the recent run that just got issued there from the European model. Here we go, Imperial County Airport out there. Big winds coming as well, most likely. John Wayne, Orange County Airport here. Look at this. Pretty big disagreement here. Someone's saying, hey, it's going to be gusted around 30 miles an hour. Other model Ensemble runs here within the European are saying, hey, 60 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour, not out of the question. This is Lake Tahoe as well, all the way up north. There's going to be some nice wind here, especially across the higher terrain as this system rolls on by. Long Beach, big model disagreement here within the Ensembles on the European as well. Probably blustery, and expect winds 35, 40 miles per hour with a chance of some bigger gusts rolling through there as well. Los Angeles, something similar there. You're looking just off the coast of San Diego as well. The control run 55 miles per hour. North Island Naval Air Station. This is Oceanside. Check it out. Some big gusts showing up in there. The Ensemble getting up towards 50 miles per hour as well. And Riverside, California here also. The control run picking up on gusts over 50 miles per hour also. And even San Francisco, you're going to get some gusty winds as this system passes as well. Probably something up towards 40, 45 miles per hour, not out of the question. Tonopah, out across some of the desert areas in Nevada, big winds likely coming here as well, gusts into the 50s. And Ely, check it out, 57 miles per hour, bigger gusts possible. Ensemble mean right around 50 there as well. And this is on into Baja, California here, and you can see some gusts, probably 60, 70 miles per hour down there on the peninsula, including Mexico there, and Cabo International Airport out there as well. Big rainfall. It's been ongoing already, and that continues as we go on in through the day today. And I didn't mean to show the Palm Springs temperature there, but we've got Big Bear City Airport. Check it out. 3+ inches, 24-hour period. Tonopah, same thing. I can't imagine. I would like to witness this because this is just truly incredible precipitation amounts. And like I said before, I've lived in Tonopah here in Nevada, and it rained a half an inch, and it seemed like, there was huge portions of earth washing away. So I can't imagine what this is going to bring. Be prepared to be isolated for a while if you're out there in the desert communities, including places like Palm Springs. And this is Las Vegas. You can see still some disagreement on just how much rain is going to fall. And again, Las Vegas doesn't take much to start flooding as well. Look at Burbank here. Impressive amounts in some of these Ensemble runs, and right around 3 inches in the control and the mean. Los Angeles, big rain incoming, probably erratic bands moving across the area, heavy rain at times, gusty winds for the Los Angeles metro. Ontario International here, over 3 inches of rain coming in 24 hours. And you can see the gradient. San Francisco not expecting big rains from this system as it pushes across southern central California and off into Nevada. Phoenix, and if you go off further to the east, as shown here, you can see that you're not going to be dealing with the extreme precipitation, but some of the Ensembles are showing something decent there for Phoenix as well, relatively speaking. But now you can see this is the latest update. You can see hurricane warnings across the Baja Peninsula. It should be a tropical storm by the time it gets to the northern portion. It's tracking just kind of over land enough to weaken it a little bit. But I mean, look at this. This is a tropical storm basically over Death Valley here. Central, off into some of the southern Sierra Nevada areas. It's a tropical depression by the time it gets to Oregon here. But yeah, just incredible stuff here, folks. And we're going to check this out now. I kind of grabbed some of the most dire wording here from this high risk of precipitation. Debris flow, rock slides are given, considering the volume of rainfall expected here. And towns could get cut off here. And they're talking about individual highways here as well. And actually, let me back up there here a bit again. Let me just go slide through slide. I did bring that up slide by slide here. So real potential for 3+ inches amounts of rainfall in 1 hour. And if there is some instability, and even if it's just a stratiform layer moving over the area, you're still going to get half an inch rates possible per hour. Very impressive. And so the precipitable water, I've been talking about this over the last couple of days as well. It will approach, if not exceed, all-time record values here for portions of the Southwest. And the 100-year atmospheric river index is forecast to be exceeded. Some of the regions out here are going to get 1 to 2 years of worth of rain in one day. I mean, you don't need a meteorologist to tell you what will happen out there flooding concern-wise. And you can see, again, here, I talked about that. I already showed you guys this one about the debris flows and upcoming flooding. And this is a report the National Park Service did when Death Valley got about 1.47 inches of rain in a 24-hour period. And you can see the debris that gets brought across the roadways quite rapidly. You can see it started to bury these cars. There's no getting out of that. Yeah, interesting stuff here. Nice report here from the National Park Service. You could probably Google that. I think this happened last year. And you can see, look at these cars just trapped. Huge amounts of sediment get moved quite easily across the desert areas out there. So this is going to be quite interesting, folks. And it's going to be a situation that's going to be unfolding real time. There's no doubt going to be some surprises that get brought with this system as well. So, yeah. Interesting stuff here. Nice report there. But here we go. It's already ongoing. That subtropical moisture already reaching the region here. We got the upper level low and the big ridge steering it into the area here. Sharp precipitation gradient, though, across the western portion and the eastern portion here. So it's really going to be focused across Nevada and portions of Southern California here up towards the Sierra Nevada. Bakersfield could get up over an inch of rain out of this system here as well. So I may do another video tonight. Maybe I'll come back at 9 o'clock after my day of work here. But after today, I'm off for the next 5 days. So it's yet to be determined what I'm going to be doing. I don't think I'm coming down there for this. I do not feel like getting stuck in Death Valley or someplace in the desert for potentially a week here, and it's just a riskier life, you know. At this point, I've got kids and stuff like that, so it's a little bit more risk that I'm willing to take here to try to go down there. And it's probably not wise. I could end up being stranded and end up having somebody having to come rescue me or something to that extent here. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be out there down across California or Nevada chasing this stuff. Maybe I'll go out and see what precipitation it brings across Oregon, Washington, or Idaho as it comes northbound here. But anyway, yeah, glad you guys are liking these videos. Click like, subscribe. I will do another video probably tonight. I'll be updating on Twitter. Follow me there, Seattle Weather Guy. And I will talk to you guys either tonight or tomorrow for sure. And we'll do another full briefing then. So, all right. Hope you guys are staying safe out there.